Introduction: The Prisoner's Key. Honored guests, seekers of truth, and fellow travelers on this terrestrial plane, let us cast our minds toward a glorious reality that exists just beneath the surface of our waking lives. We often view ourselves as beings tethered to the earth, confined within the corporeal envelope of flesh and bone. Yet, to believe the spirit willingly remains locked within this biological vessel is akin to asking if a prisoner delights in being under lock and key. The truth, resplendent and undeniable, is that the incarnate spirit constantly aspires to freedom. Today, we explore the transcendence of the body, the profound mechanisms by which our spirits break their chains, not only at the moment of death, but daily, through the divine mercies of sleep, dreams, meditation, and the extraordinary states of trance and ecstasy. 1. The sanctuary of sleep and the truth of dreams. Let us first consider the nightly phenomenon we call sleep. Do not be deceived into thinking the soul rests merely because the body lies dormant. The spirit is inexhaustible. It never remains inactive. When the heavy bonds of physical life loosen during slumber, the spirit travels through space, entering into direct and immediate relationship with other spirits. What, then, are dreams? They are not merely the firing of neurons, but the memory of what your spirit has witnessed during this loosening of earthly bonds. While the body engages in necessary repose, the spirit enjoys a vast expansion of its faculties, remembering the past and occasionally, with divine permission, perceiving the future. We must distinguish, however, between the confused medleys of physiological memory and the profound dream of Joan of Arc or the dream of Jacob. The latter is the remembrance of the soul entirely disengaged from matter, traversing worlds and communing with the wise. Indeed, sleep is the door God opens for us to contact our friends in heaven. It is a momentary restoration where we imbibe strength from the source of the good. As a saint once profoundly stated, we must learn not to fear death, because, in truth, we die daily every time we sleep. 2. The invisible communion, visits, and telepathy. In the dreaming state, we are never alone. This revelation reveals that we live a dual existence, a life of outward relationships and a life of concealed relationships. During sleep, friends and acquaintances visit one another. Bonds of affection reunite spirits who rejoice in their communion. This explains why, upon waking, we may feel spontaneous ideas or intuitions. They are the lingering echoes of these nocturnal colloquies. This spiritual interaction also elucidates the floating nature of ideas. When a discovery arises simultaneously in different parts of the globe, it is because spirits have communicated during sleep. Upon waking, the incarnate beings believe they have invented what was actually a collective spiritual revelation. Even in the waking state, spirits are not hermetically sealed in their bodies. They radiate outward, allowing for the concealed transmission of thought, where two attuned minds may read each other without the clumsy instrument of verbal language. 3. The latent life, lethargy and catalepsy. We must also examine the states where the body appears bereft of life, known as lethargy and catalepsy. Here, the body is not dead, for vitality remains in a latent state. Much like the butterfly waiting within the cocoon, the spirit remains conscious, seeing and hearing not through the eyes or ears, but through the spirit itself. However, we must remind ourselves that the spirit is unable to communicate only because the physical organs are in a peculiar state of suspension. Why, we might ask, does Providence allow such a silent imprisonment? We must view this through the lens of our eternal destiny. This enforced stillness is never without cause. It may serve as a profound trial, testing the spirit's patience and faith when the vessel refuses to obey. For others, it may be a necessary expiation or a moment of atonement, a solitude imposed not as punishment, but as a healing pause to balance the debts of the past or to soften a hardened heart in the silence of its own company. Yet, even this state proves that the human being is far more than a mere body. When the biological machine halts and the lesson of the trial is fully absorbed, the intelligent being continues to act. 4. Trance, the soul unveiled. Moving deeper into the mysteries of our nature, we encounter trance. This state is a more complete independence than dreaming. The soul is in total possession of itself, while the organs remain in a cataleptic torpor. In this state, the soul exhibits clairvoyance, which is simply the sight of the soul. Opaque matter is no obstacle to the spirit, which is why a subject under trance may claim to see through their body. They are, in fact, seeing apart from their body. They see objects and places not as if looking through a telescope, but as if they were actually present there, for their soul has transported itself to that location. We must understand that natural trance and magnetic artificial trance are identical in nature. The latter is merely induced. In both, the soul can access latent knowledge from previous lives, displaying an intellect far superior to their waking state. It is a light projected onto psychology, allowing us to study the soul while it is uncovered. 5. The heights of ecstasy. Next, we ascend to the most sublime state of expanded consciousness, ecstasy. This is a refined state of trance where the soul is almost entirely severed from the body, held by a single fragile thread. In this beautiful state, the soul enters unknown, ethereal worlds. The ecstatic is surrounded by resplendent brilliance and harmonies unknown to earth, standing upon the very threshold of eternity. We must recognize that this liberation is not always a thunderous event, but often a quiet arrival. Those who are skilled in the practice of meditation can achieve this state as a brief respite from the corporeal world. It is a deep state of relaxation, rest, and simple presence. It is filled with peace, silence, and a secret nothingness. While these revelations can be mixed with earthly prejudices due to the spirit's imperfection, the ecstatic truly perceives a happiness that makes earthly sorrows seem but futile incidents of a journey. Well, it is a foretaste of the celestial beauty that awaits the purified spirit. 6. Second sight, the waking vision. Does this freedom end when we wake? Not necessarily. We possess the faculty of second sight, which is the spirit's ability to see, hear, and feel beyond the limits of the senses while in the waking state. This faculty, often hereditary or developed during crises, allows the soul to radiate more freely. It is the same phenomenon as trance and dreaming, merely operating while the body is active. A permanent faculty for spirits on more evolved worlds. For the skilled meditator here on earth, This ability manifests slowly and progressively as the soul reaches higher and higher states of purification. 7. The Quiet Gate, the practice of meditation. And now, we arrive at a practice dear to the hearts of many seekers, a disciplined path to freedom that lies within the power of our own will: meditation. If sleep is the involuntary door that God opens for our respite, then meditation is the key we fashion ourselves to gently unlock that same door while fully awake. This revelation teaches us that complete sleep is not necessary for states of expanded consciousness. The soul recovers its freedom whenever the senses become quiet and purified. Meditation is a natural side effect once sufficient purification has occurred. Meditation is the art of inducing this state to expanded consciousness through a spiritual practice and conscious quieting of the corporeal envelope. By stilling the body and silencing the noise of external life, the meditator replicates the conditions that allow the spirit to disengage and travel. In this sacred silence, we are not merely relaxing. We are practicing second sight. We are allowing our soul to radiate beyond the confines of the flesh. Just as effort always leads to progress in the development of spiritual faculties, the daily practice of meditation clears the fog of the material world. It permits us to receive those counsels given by other spirits and to perceive the real, concealed transmission of thought with clarity, unburdened by the incoherence of the dreaming brain. It is the soul's deliberate ascent toward the ethereal, a momentary ecstasy achieved not by chance, but by the glorious sovereignty of the will. 8. The False Key, a warning on chemical artifice. Finally, we must address a question often whispered in the shadows or promoted too loudly as truth. What of those who seek to force these gates open through the use of mind-altering substances? If the soul yearns for freedom, is the chemical key a valid tool for states of expanded consciousness? We must tread carefully here. This revelation illuminates that mental overexcitement or a particular state of the body can indeed displace the spirit and induce a form of second sight. But these substances violently shake the post to which the balloon of the spirit is tied, forcing a premature and chaotic separation. Let us not mistake this forced ejection for true liberation. Unlike the natural states of sleep, trance, or meditation, which strengthen the soul at the source of the good, this chemical violence leaves the spirit vulnerable. Without the armor of purification, the voyager cannot distinguish truth from the bizarre and confused medleys of hallucination. They risk becoming the pawns of deceiving spirits who take advantage of this artificial exaltation to torment and delude the weak. True lucidity depends on the degree of the spirit's purification, not the potency of the substance consumed. Let us therefore seek the freedom that comes from the elevation of our nature, rather than the temporary and perilous escape offered by the poisoning of our vessel. The keys to the eternal, my friends. What is the grand conclusion of this profound knowledge? It is that the transcendence of the body is not a rare miracle reserved for the chosen few, but a natural law and a divine inheritance. Whether it manifests through the nightly mercy of dreams, the disciplined stillness of meditation, the profound clarity of trance states, or the divine rapture of ecstasy, The truth remains the resplendent saying, we are not merely bodies, but immortal spirits. Through these phenomena, God's providence furnishes us with undeniable evidence of the soul's independence. We are shown that we need not force the lock of our prison with dangerous artifices that lead only to confusion and illusion. Instead, we possess the lawful keys to our own liberation. We see that the book of our destiny is open to us, waiting only for our purification and our will to read its pages. Let us therefore walk through this life with heads held high, no longer fearing the sleep of the body nor the transition of death. For we now know that we have the power to die daily, not into nothingness, but into freedom. We know that even when the eyes are closed, the soul sees. When the lips are silent, the spirit speaks. And when the body is bound, the soul is free.